It's an 8-pointer, and he got it on the first night.
I think it's an 8-pointer, unless I'm missing some.
I think it's a 10-point buck. It's a 13-point.
My husband sent me this picture right before he shot it.
They're showing each other the deer that their husband killed.
6 on one side.
They're trying to talk like they know what points mean, how many points, and how big the antlers are.
It's really pretty.
They're going, is that good?
It looks pretty huge.
But they are so excited because their husband has never gotten an opportunity to go hunting.
I got a picture of it dead in a box.
That's in the cooler.
Okay.
They just love bragging about their husband. They love being able to show that picture.
It's got 13 little knobbies.
They take so much pride in what their husband is doing.
Show of Support Wives Program organizer Paula Johnson has seen it so many times. They started out as complete strangers, sometimes called the silent ranks, military wives. They came to West Texas to accompany their husbands on a deer hunt. But when the husbands left for the ranch more than 100 miles away, an offbeat and sometimes oddball group of volunteers snatched the wives up for a weekend of everything from retail therapy to real emotion.
When they first come to Midland, it's 20 strangers. They don't know each other. But after 1.5 days, the walls start coming down and they start bonding. They become friends. And by the time they leave, they've formed a relationship that lasts for years.
I'll keep in touch on Facebook.
It's a far cry from the day when they first arrived.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marine Sergeant Matthew Wheeler and his wife Emily. Welcome to Midland.
In Midland, we love them, we're proud of them, we honor them. So when they get off the plane, they're not really quite sure what to expect. And they are just stunned that so many people would turn out to see them.
Army Sergeant Brian Parker and his wife Ruthie.
We don't really give them any information about what's going to happen, but they assume it's going to be taking it easy and stay in their room and kind of just hole up and enjoy the solitude. We don't give them any of that.
O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It has grown over the years into what you see now. Terry started the banquet about 12 years ago. Originally, it was just for the husbands. The heroes came in and the wives stayed at the table, and we would acknowledge them. And after a while, Terry got to thinking, I want to see that wife up on stage. She's just as important a part of this team as that hero. He couldn't have done it without her. Every wife will be up there getting honored too. One of my favorite parts of the banquet, and I look forward to it, I can hardly wait. I know that Ronnie White, during the banquet when he's talking, is going to start a tribute to the wives.
They're the most under-recognized, overburdened group of ladies in this country.
If you see their faces, it takes them a minute to realize he's talking about them. They're not used to being acknowledged.
And we want to give them a Midland welcome and say thank you for your sacrifice. Ladies, wives of our 20 heroes, would you stand, because you too are our heroes.
For them to get acknowledged just blows them away. It never fails. It always brings the house down. Standing ovation every time. The banquet, it's always a surprise to the wives, but little do they know, the biggest surprises are yet to come.
We're not politically correct, we just have common sense.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unfaltering. Show of Support's Hunt for Heroes offers tributes and true stories of remarkable courage.
If these terrorists could come in your bedroom, they'd kill you, your wife, and your kids. And that's what these men are fighting to protect us from, these murdering idiots. And they're taking them out so that we don't have to deal with them over here.
Show of Support started it all just after the shock and awe bound a nation together. Now, years of footage portraying wounded veterans, deer stands, and standing ovations. Hunt for Heroes. that started as one man's way to say thanks is now a series that many say is way overdue.
This is something I'll never forget for the rest of my life.
It's just a raw emotion.
It's been like a dream. It really has.
We still have 40,000 injured troops. It's going to take a while to get around all of them, but there's no quitting. It'll never stop as long as I'm breathing.
The western edge of the legendary Texas Hill Country. After 8 years of intensive wildlife management, Lonesome Dove Ranch offers trophy deer hunts for the upcoming fall season. Lonesome Dove Ranch, where each hunt is one-on-one with a spacious lodge, Texas-style meals, and opportunities for rifle or archery hunts. See our website at huntlonesomedove.com and make plans to join us for this first season of Texas whitetail hunting at its best. huntlonesomedove.com.
What's your message? Century Graphics and Sign in Midland can help you convey it. Century Graphics and Sign offers the very best in screen printing, interior and exterior signs, embroidery, custom vinyl graphics, helping you increase safety, promoting your company, showing your school spirit, helping you look cool. Century Graphics and Sign, 501 West Industrial in Midland. Find us on the web at centurygs.com or like us on Facebook.
At Security Bank, we know the industries of this region, and we have the capital and the strength to fuel them. At Security Bank, we bring a team of experts to every challenge. With nearly a century of service, we have a solid record of success and top performance ratings in the industry. We're your partner, and we're going to be around for the long haul. Security Bank, solutions.
It's a well-known fact the people of West Texas know the importance of hard work, determination, and drive. For years, TCO Field Services has been a part of the expanding petroleum industry. Another well-known fact is the admiration West Texans have for America's troops. Plain and simple, military heroes don't have a better friend than the hard-working folks in West Texas. At TCO, we never lose sight of the job done by our military, keeping us safe here in West Texas.
It's Friday morning. The banquet was a late night. The husbands are getting ready to go hunting. And downstairs there's a caravan of cars.
Get 3 back here, guys.
When the guys are getting ready to leave, the wives, I see so many different emotions in their face. Some of them are excited for their husband. Some of them are anxious about letting him go for the first time. They're not quite sure if anybody else can take as good a care of him as they do. But they send them off, they give them a kiss, and they wave goodbye with a smile.
Y'all bag a big one and send us pictures.
Once the guys are gone, the women belong to us, and the fun begins.
Okay, we out of here?
Headed by Paula Johnson and her tireless band of volunteers, it's the largest military wives appreciation effort of its kind in the world. We can say that because there's not a program like it anywhere else. For 2 full days, the city of Midland, Texas steps aside to let these women roll into stores, restaurants, and even private homes. And it happens year after year.
That is so me.
Just before Thanksgiving.
They don't know what the schedule is. We load them in cars. They have no clue where our next destination is. We wake up the next morning, we are off again. The key to this whole thing is it doesn't stop. It just keeps on going.
Kind of a girl's dream come true.
me a flying pig.
Oh, come over this way. Do we have anybody outside?
I need another hand.
They learn to laugh. They learn to hug each other and let each other see them cry. We do this so that they break down the walls they've built to protect themselves from the pain they felt when their hero comes home. As we're working with the couples, getting them ready to come to Midland, each guy, before he arrived in Midland, has written a love letter to his wife. And I just get so happy because I know this wife is going to melt when she reads the letter that her husband wrote for her.
Jennifer, first off, I would like to tell you that I'm missing you a bunch right now. I hope you're having a good time, and I can't wait until we are back together again. You know we've never been good about being apart from each other. I also want to thank you for giving me this life I get to live. I know I've told you many times that you were the only reason I'm alive.
I just want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you for being there for me. I know that I'm not the same person that I used to be.
Sharing thoughts like that heals them because they realize they're not alone.
Sorry.
They have been forgotten because we focus on the face of the hero. We see the man going off to war. These women are the silent heroines. They are the silent rank. They are the ones that stay at home. They make it possible for their warrior to go to war.
I hope this trip is good for you and you see how special you are.
It may not be poetry, it may not be eloquent verses, but in this room, on this night, the heartwarming, genuine expression of love is falling on the ears and touching the souls of so many gathered here.
I thought after being injured and making it home, I was fine and my life would go on as normal. I didn't know that our normal would never be the same again.
The things we do, you're not going to find in a therapy handbook. You're not going to find in a textbook. You are not going to find in a guideline anywhere. It's just magic.
I love you in my soul, your husband, Mark.
Thank you for everything that you do for me. I love you, Krista, and I do need you.
You could look around the room and you can see that there had been some healing take place in that room that night. It has been a wonderful 2 days. We have gone until they think they can't go anymore. But little do they know, we have the most wonderful thing planned for the next day.
Oh, wow.
I know that you've kind of gotten a clue that maybe we do all kinds of fun things around here. So right now we're going to kind of go on maybe a treasure hunt.
It's Sunday afternoon in downtown Midland, Texas. A group of military wives left behind while their husbands went deer hunting are expecting to take it easy on this last day. Only thing is, Paula Johnson and her volunteers have a few more surprises up their sleeve.
For the past year, we have been gathering donations from all the boutiques in Midland, a couple in Dallas, from shoes, dresses, purses, jewelry, accessories. We have a team of ladies who have been putting that boutique together. We have it set up like a upscale boutique, and doors are closed. They don't have a clue what's fixing to happen. You know, need to know basis. We'll let you know as we get there.
That's not a bad spot.
Okay.
Those are good.
Let's out. Let's wait. Let's give it away. Oh, more?
So they didn't want to get on. There should be another group.
Oh.
I believe that. I can't believe it.
Okay, is this it? Everybody down?
I think so.
Okay, we're coming this way. They have been buzzing all the way down in the elevators. Where are we going? We're tired. And I know I can just barely contain myself because I know we're going to round that corner and I'm going to open that door. And the look on their faces makes me giddy. We have had such fun this weekend. Everywhere we've taken you, we've shopped, and when you've pulled up, we've given you a gift card. You think we don't notice, but we've seen exactly how hard it is for y'all to spend that money on that gift card. because you can think of 1,000 different ways you could use that money rather than buying something for yourself. So we put our thinking caps on, and there's so many wonderful people in Midland that what we came up with is this fabulous thing that won't cost you a penny. There's no gift card needed. There's no money needed. You can never pay them back. All you can ever do is pay it forward. Open the doors, girls.
Oh, wow.
As I open the door and they look around and they realize everything in there is free, they are stunned beyond belief. That touches them to their soul. We have clothes in every size. You try it on, you love it, it's yours. Let's go! They jump right in there and start looking at things and helping their friends pick out the things that would be wonderful on them. They try things on. They think of how their husband will react when he sees them in that. They could go on a date and they would feel pretty. They're new and they're free.
It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We'll never have the opportunity to do again, I feel like.
As they're shopping, Terry's getting everybody loaded up on the bus, and they are on their way back home to Midland. I love helping the wives shop. I think you should save that for Christmas Eve night or something, and when the kids have gone to bed, you put on the Santa Claus hat. Seeing the look on their face when they put on something they wouldn't normally pick up, and they put it on and they feel pretty. I love to see that look on their face as they turn around and see themselves in the mirror wearing something pretty for the first time. And then a turquoise cami underneath.
It's overwhelming knowing that a whole town cares so much. I want to live here. It makes me want to live here. It makes me want to be surrounded by so many good people.
I'm glad that we did it because it'll help. It helps the guys as well as it helps the girls. Because talking to a lot of these girls, women, they're all very strong, and some of their stories are just, but as military wives, well, like I always say, when my husband signed his name, I signed my name.
Okay, you're okay. Women are so moved by this because they have spent their whole life doing for other people. And it's very hard for them to understand for just that little space of time. They're put first. That's nearly too much to comprehend.
If your box isn't full, you need to get more stuff.
In the basement of a Midland, Texas hotel, a most unlikely shopping experience comes toward the end of an exhausting 5 days. However, Paula Johnson and the Show of Support Wives program volunteers aren't quite done yet.
I never said we were done. Did I ever say we were done? Did those words ever come out of my mouth? We got something else. I'm trying to stay out of the way of the bus. We're going to pull in. We can scream and go. It's a little bit before dark. We've rounded up all the wives and we're out at a barn south of Midland, waiting on the husbands to come in for the much anticipated reunion. Let's go, everybody smile. The wives are wearing their new clothes. They're excited for their husbands to see them. They're excited to see their husband. Be sure that we've taken good care of him for the last 3 days. When we see the convoy come in, we see the bus pulling in, the wives start jumping up and down. They're going, "There's my husband." I love seeing them run to their husband and hold him and kiss him. I love seeing his face when he sees her. When I see Terry, I know that we've worked hard all year, and we're looking at the couples as they reunite. And I look at him and I think, job well done. We did it. Look at this magic that's happening around us. And we're happy. We know we did it.
Here we go. Get your attention just a minute. Again, we want to thank y'all for everything you do.
At this big barn, one of the last things the couples are expecting is when Mark and Chuck find a way to help these couples ease some of the medical burdens and expenses they've been facing. The couples are overwhelmed at the way these two men and the hard-working men of the oil field out here in Midland, Texas, have come together to make this possible. They're totally overwhelmed at everything they've experienced. They don't know how to process it. They don't want to go home. They don't want the magic to end. We're so proud that we've had the opportunity to bring them to Midland and treat them to this and show them how much we love them. We're so happy that they have bonded, that they've met each other, they have laughed, they've cried, they've made best friends for the rest of their lives.
Paula Johnson's husband, Terry, is the one who started Show of Support Hunt for Heroes more than 12 years ago. The Wives program started shortly after. But set history aside for a moment. Never mind the fact that nobody here is an expert in therapy. Never mind the fact that the oil field is hurting badly right now. Thousands have lost their jobs. Companies have shut down and moved out. Never mind all that. Somehow the people of West Texas still find a way to open their hearts and give all they can to honor American boys who said, yes, I'll go. Lost in the shadows of combat history are the wives left behind. Overcome with emotion, Captain Mark Moody steps outside with his wife Rosalie to gather their thoughts from this overwhelming 5 days.
I think it was very important for her.
I didn't want to come for the last minute. I was giving him a hard time.
I think it was very important for her to feel some appreciation. You know, like I was telling them, I wasn't married to her when I was in Iraq. We met after Iraq tore me up, and so she just got to she didn't get the fun part of my military career. She just got to deal with the tail end of it and the messed up part. And so.
And how did she do?
Overall good, yeah. Yeah, there's been some trying times.
What do you mean you didn't want to come?
I didn't, because I'm not used to leaving my daughter, and he kept insisting and pushing and pushing and pushing, and I was just being not nice.
Moody.
And this trip has allowed me to see all of them in a whole different light.
You can put it in my truck, but which one?
Yeah, it's one thing for somebody to treat me special, but for her, you know, it's different. So that was really good. You ready to go inside? Come on now.
They're the most underrecognized, overburdened group of women in this country.
The faces of these wives are faces that Americans never see, but they should never, ever forget. These women are our heroes too.